All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 10:32 a.m. We have most of the board present, just missing Laura. We also have Allison here, and Kendra will join us later for her report. All right, first up, public comment. There's no public present at the moment, so we will move on to prior meeting minutes. For the April meeting minutes, I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Second by Roger. All in favor? Aye. All right, passes unanimously.
Roger, thank you for the comment on the May one.
Oh,
I missed a
no,
letter somewhere.
no problem. Yeah, some weird little thing. Yeah.
Do we have someone who wants to make a motion for the May minutes?
Can I do that
Yeah.
as a secretary?
Yeah, go for it.
Me,
You're a board member just like everyone else.
even though I wrote them.
Second.
Second by Roger. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, passes unanimously. Getting through the easy stuff. All right, next up, we have financial reports. Where do we want to start? So it's statement of activity. See what's been going on. We did make a over $6,000 payment for our health insurance. I don't notice that happened. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward this time.
Yeah.
Everybody's good with this one?
Yeah.
We will move on to statement of position.
Yeah. There's not pretty boring stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing,
Yeah.
there's nothing exciting going on.
Yep, there's nothing really interesting to report on this one. It's pretty straightforward again.
I'm gonna check with Kyle. I can't remember what that 223 is. Even on income
Oh,
tax.
that is,
Is that the QuickBooks, the account that they automatically created for us that
Yeah.
she hasn't been able to
Okay.
reverse?
yeah.
Let me put a note to talk with her about that and see what we can do.
I know that is definitely on her
Yeah,
radar,
yeah.
that.
yeah, it's just something that QuickBooks did that making life harder.
Yep.
We don't need it.
Complicates things, Just remind me of what the Beamers is, the 225.
That is the Vermont Municipal
gotcha.
Employee Retirement System.
You have told me that before.
Oh, that's
I just couldn't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
One of these things you have to
Yeah.
remember like every month until it finally clicks.
Yours, I presume.
Yeah, I brought it for everyone. Anybody has questions? We're good to go. All right, we will move on to budget versus actual, which we are getting close to the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah,
So
it's almost actual.
it's almost-
The fiscal year is August 1st to July 30th,
Nope, July 1st.
July 1st. Oh, no, that's right, July 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so in the email, Kyle just reminded us that there were some questions about salary last month. And we don't actually only have $3,000 left in salaries. That's only until, that was to the end of May.
Okay.
So we have a lot more money left for the rest of the year.
Okay.
We're pretty significantly under budget for salaries.
Yeah.
So.
He was right. It's good. %13% remaining of the budget is pretty good for this time of year.
What goes into, do you remember, Ally, what goes into the quote unquote general income account, the 400 account?
That is
Donations.
any donation besides copier use or grants.
Okay.
So our
Oh, it's the line dance.
line dancing,
Okay.
the guilt box. Oh, but we do not count. The coffee bar cash is now just going into like a coffee bar,
A petty
fund.
petty cash.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
to try to offset some of that expense. One thing, I will say is that we have spent more money than we anticipated on snacks for kids.
Okay.
Hungry little bugs.
They eat a lot. And so so we have had several donations to offset that. The Lions Club has given us several, the Food for Kids group, the Loosenet group in the church has given us, some money. We had somebody reach out because it was getting so that like the cost was going to be prohibitive for us to do it really over the summer,
Mm.
especially if we had kids here all day long,
Mhm.
multiple times a week.
Yeah.
So somebody has reached out to us to see if we would accept a donation and like to try to. I have to make up a budget of what that would look like for the summer, but Kendra did send out a notice to parents like, hey, just to let you know, we're going to be not doing this over the summer because of the problem it's
Mhm.
become, essentially the expense it's become. And so somebody reached out to us to see if
Oh,
they
that's
could.
awesome.
So hopefully we'll be getting some sort of grant, unofficial grant or something,
Mhm.
donation for that.
Okay.
Food is getting more and more expensive every day, especially those little prepackaged
Yes,
snacks.
yes.
You put out a thing of apples for them, and that's the last thing that
Yeah.
Well, are there any kind of regulations about like distributing food?
Vermont is very easy about that sort of
Okay.
thing. Like like a private person can just go and cook it in their kitchen and
Yeah.
bring it and hand it out. And
Okay. I didn't know if there are any kind of,
we try to, do prepackaged stuff.
Right.
Just because.
you don't want dirty hands in a bowl. I was like, oh.
Yes, very much, very much.
It's a lot of little hands.
Oh,
Right.
so, and they're so dirty.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Lego land.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Legos.
Um, Emery when she was little, we went to a farm and they had a corn crib filled with corn kernels and the kids could like jump in it like a bucket. She came out and she was really little. She had all of these corn kernels in her diaper.
Oh,
And I was like, I'm putting them back in there, right? Like,
No.
we'll just take those home with us.
Plant them in the backyard.
Just imagine Lego, diaper
Yeah.
filled with Lego. Ooh.
All right. Any other questions on the budget versus actual?
Yeah, we do, as I said in my report, like we are doing pretty well financially at this point in the year. We have a little bit to spend, so we've been working on trying to spend it down where we can. We might do a DI. We've been talking about, for the new people on the board, we've been talking about making a big table in the staff room for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So we have two smaller tables that we've pushed together that kind of work, but what we've wanted to do for 2 years is to make like a tall counter height table that sits in the middle of the room that essentially everybody can use, except for me. Not to be elitist, we just already have a desk there. But like, so like when May is working, she can come and sit there. When Kyle comes in, she doesn't need a whole separate desk. She doesn't want a whole separate desk. Like she could put the laptop on the desk and work there. It would also be tall enough that all of the book carts that we have back there could be stored underneath it. So it would also take up a lot of the room. So we've been looking into it. We've tried to hire 3 times somebody to build it for us. And all 3 times we've been ghosted by the people who were like, yeah, that seems like an okay thing. And like, they were like, one guy said, like, I'll do it for $6,000. And that was just ridiculous. So, we might, since we have extra money, we might be doing a DIY IKEA situation. That entails some bad carpentry by yours truly, as I want to do. But
with bad carpentry.
okay. But I was thinking about buying the supplies for it now, just to,
It's in that budget.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's okay with everybody,
Absolutely.
it'd be like $1,000 for all of the supplies, but.
And I'd be down to help put together.
And if you look, you can see the last example of bad carpentry I did. Don't look at the flooring underneath. The carpet tile, we learned that the carpet tiles are really, really glued down. Really glued down. Like the glue on the tile, the carpet was stronger than the glue on the tiles underneath.
Oh,
So,
When you pull the carpet, the tiles come.
and who knows what kind of tiles those are, so.
I don't want to be open up for this.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, but it's done. We think everything won't fall out or fall down or.
Do we have a plan to secure that vent panel there?
Not yet, no. I think I'm just gonna need,
Some liquid nails?
yeah, I have some liquid nails at home I was just gonna bring in. Cause I think that's gonna be the only option.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Any further questions, comments on the budget versus actual? All right,
So,
we'll move on from that. And
oh,
yes,
Kyle said something about trustee payments, and I don't know
Yeah.
what she was talking about. Like, we need
you
information.
don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna compile it all and send it to her and she'll write the checks.
Yeah, we
Pretty
actually
good.
get paid.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, I learned this last year. It's the first time since I was 16 years old. Get minimum wage. Minimum wage for the hours that we're here. Hours of meetings and I couldn't remember how we compiled them. I knew it was
Yeah,
compiled from
just,
the number of literally.
It's based off of a meeting minutes, so we go off
By
of
the
that.
meeting, by the
Yeah.
minute from,
Yeah.
take off the
So
question.
I'll get that to Kyle and then she'll just write the
Yep.
checks.
Okay, I have no idea what you.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna be a really big.
yeah.
Yeah,
My father would say, don't spend it all on one plate.
Right.
No matter where you go. He said, gonna go out to dinner. Be moderate.
all right. So now we don't have any new business. We'll move on to old business, which strategic plan.
So we did not meet in June because
Okay.
nobody could come to the meet. Everybody had, T-ball or what have you.
Stuff or,
Yeah,
That's what-
so we just hit pause briefly, but we'll meet again next month and
yeah.
hopefully, by the end of the summer, we'll have a strategic plan to present you. There's nothing else that goes on in the summer.
Well, then we move on to policy review, which is our meeting room use policy.
I didn't see anything glaring on this that I thought needed to be changed.
Neither did I.
Um,
The only thing that I kind of was playing with was in that first paragraph, third line down where it says expressed in meeting. I thought maybe meetings, but that meeting works too.
Yeah, oh,
It's not a,
no, meetings is,
yeah,
meetings is
think-
grammatically correct.
yeah, okay.
No, I thought it was, well.
Yeah, because it could be referring to the one
Yeah.
meeting that you're in. That's why I wasn't sure
Yeah,
which way you want to go. I think it's fine the way it already was, but
nope, I think it's better with the yes.
okay.
We have been using the meeting, this room, like people will call us now and say, hey, can I come and do a Zoom meeting in there?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, as long as it's open. So it has been getting more use
That's great.
than it used to.
Oh, and that's a Google form for the
Yeah.
reservation.
Yeah, I did
Yep.
attach the Google
So it-
form
it,
too.
Yep, and it just goes right, the answers go right to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
They go to Ellis.
Yeah.
He controls the meeting.
All right. Anyone else have anything else they want to add or just? No. All right, so I'll make a motion to approve the meeting room use policy with the one minor adjustment.
Second.
By Roger, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye. All right, passes unanimously. We have a newly adopted meeting room policy.
Okay, should I go get Kendra?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's it.
Wow, we're really flying through these meetings lately.
We think our entertainment for the day. Come on.
Fair warning, dude. In the winter, the meetings will be longer once we get to some budget stuff. In September, we do the September, October, employee reviews.
Here she is.
No, she's unable to attend.
Oh, she's,
Thank God Kendra doesn't have any power. Yeah. I'm finding you. Here you are.
So this is a very forward-facing one. It's all about what's going to happen because everything I've been doing lately has been about what we are going to do. And May is here. If you haven't met May, you can come in and I will sing her praises and make her blush because she does not like to be the center of attention. But we're still doing good. We've been carrying through. I live in fear of not having a Library Explorers Club day. Because then their routines will get thrown off and then they'll forget to come back. We're very consistent. Even when I'm not here, I would tell them when I'm not going to be here, but tell them like, you guys should still be here. I'll be following up. Steve came.
They do.
And they do.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's really good. And very exciting. Very recently, I don't know if I shared this last time, but our founding member, Pierce, will be going to kindergarten in the fall. So very recently, me and his mom talked about that. Like literally one of the very first times that I had the Library Explorers program, they came and it looked a lot different back then because it was, we didn't know what it was going to turn into. And so Pierce has come most consistently through his, he's come and Hemi came on board and then now is walking around and chewing on crayons. Very exciting to have seen that through. And so he's like, it's kind of an era. Him going off to kindergarten.
How old was he when he first came into the program?
Me too.
Yeah.
And he's also super photogenic, so he's featured quite heavily in anything. One of our library malls. He's always doing something adorable, and he's very photogenic, and his mom's willing to let us use his photo. So
That's very nice.
that's like really fun news about Library Explorers Club, because now it really is a very consistent group, and we have our core group, and then we have some people who kind of are testing the waters of keeping it in their routine.
Now, how many roughly do you see?
On the low side, we'll have 2 or 3 with their adults, 2 or 3 kids with their adults. On the high side, it's as many as 9 kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and all in the toddler age range. That's not including when we have a no school day, and so sometimes we'll end up with some older kids also in the space at the same time. And we have kids that go to preschool programs, and this is just the day that they're with their parent. We have families that this is their kids' big social event. Because they're, mostly at home or they're homeschooling older kids. So it's really fantastic. We've had, kids who have had their, outside providers come and visit them with them during Library Explorers Club. So it's really cool. It's a really flexible time for the parents to not, and they still do it, and it's hilarious, where they're like, don't touch that, don't, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll pick it up. I'm like, make the mess, and then at the end, we'll just all pick it up. One little girl's obsessed with, we redirect her to our board books, which are set up to be messed with, but she is obsessed with one shelf in the juvenile fiction, and she takes off a book for her, and she takes off a book for me, and she brings it over, and we with our assigned reading, and then we look at the picture on the cover, and we talk about what that story is gonna be about, even though it's probably not really about what we're guessing. And then she's like, okay, and then she picks them back up, and then she goes and she puts it in a pile, and she takes off more books and these are her books. So they're truly embracing the explore portion of the name. And then we've already had a really good response. I haven't actually checked today. I was out yesterday. It was the last day of school, but parents got the link to sign up, and it's over 20 participants already.
Oh, that's great.
And we're seeing a pretty even distribution so far in our 3 age groups, which is not been the case in the past, and it may still skew in the end. But we're finally turning that corner. We've talked a lot about how it's really hard to bring existing older kids and teens into the library. And so a lot of my focus has been on making sure that as the kids grow, that they continue with the library. And we're seeing that. This is already just the first year that our oldest group, we already have more kids than we've ever had in our 10 to 13 age
Oh,
group.
nice.
That's great.
I think it was like 6 or 7. And I know of several other kids that just haven't signed up that have the option of being in that group. And we're seeing a lot of returners, but we're also seeing kids that haven't been big participators in the past. But so it's kind of it's a big year, I think, that we're like kind of hitting a stride with a lot of things.
Do you think if we sent out a text blast out to the parents, it might
Honestly,
increase?
I did a MailChimp email to
Yeah.
all of the participants that have signed up in the past.
Okay,
I posted about it on Front Porch Forum.
yeah,
And we have it it was in the
Yeah.
school newsletter, and
It's
Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's definitely all over the place. I'm thinking maybe one more thing,
Yeah.
but
No, for sure. And also I will inevitably, and I told some people too, they're like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, well, let's be honest. Like when we get a little bit closer to the cutoff,
yeah,
I'm gonna be going through and be like, wait, they didn't, and just sending people text messages.
yeah.
We can also do that automated through MailChimp too. So, I can show you how.
Perfect. Yes, I know. I forgot we paid for that now.
Yeah.
This year we are switching it up. There are 4 different outside providers that we've booked to come in. Notably, I did not book the Vermont Natural History Museum, which historically was a big draw. I started to see the numbers kind of stepping back, and I know that a lot of other places are bringing them in, and there was just so many good, awesome options that fit with this theme. So we're kind of trying out some new outside provider type of people. So we have one that is the Lost Gem, which is Zona Night, and that's geared towards our older kids. They have consistently been very interested in Dungeons and Dragons, so we're very excited about that, but that is open to adults as well. So if you know of any Dungeons and Dragon loving adult or magic loving adult or just fantasy loving adult, it's like a storytelling experience where the Zona Night, he'll do magic as well as kind of do a modified Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's not like a physical table game, it's a storytelling style in the Dungeons and Dragons vibe. You Be the Historian is really cool. It's coming from the Vermont Historical Society is offering it up. And they were offering it's a free program. We're only paying for the travel costs, but we're also splitting the travel costs with Bennington, who's also doing one that day. And so it's another interactive thing, which you'll see some of them are at 3:30. And if you look at this, a lot of them are at 3:30. We nailed it again this year. One of our big struggles last year was we didn't have the information about when the Dover School Camp would run. very early. So it was hard for me to do what we successfully did the year before that, which was run programs right after school camp pickup was, which gave a lot of people the opportunity to say like, okay, on this day, if you pick up my kids, I'll meet you at the library and pick, and that it makes it a little bit easier for families to do carpooling because they're not stuck bringing the kid to their own home, which is like hosting and has a lot of responsibility, but it's also harder for kids to separate from at the end. It's a little bit easier if they're coming here. The kids can be engaged in the program. The parent might be able to get a little work done, or just breathe for a minute. And then it's a little easier for the kids to separate and go their separate ways when the other parent picks up. So we got a lot of feedback the first year that was great. And then we got a lot of feedback like, kind of stunk that wasn't the case last year. And I'm like, it wasn't me. Talking to the school board. They dragged their feet on getting everything set up. So we were able to bring that back this year, which is awesome. So that You Be the Historian and We Dig It will be one of those 3:30 style programs. And they are all about, digging into the past, which fits with our theme. And the big one is Dino Man, which we partnered with Petty to bring, and we're going to do it at the town hall. And just fingers crossed that none of these get waylaid by any well construction. So we're very excited to have those new fun things. None of those presenters, to my knowledge, have ever come to the Dover Free Library, so we're excited about it. And we're obviously doing the parade. And I confirmed that they're actually going to award the prizes this year. It's their last chance. We don't have to win, but somebody's got to win. Stop telling people they're going to get monetary prizes and not give them out. Okay. And then now I get to sing May's praises. She came back to us this year. It's her third summer, and she came ready to rock and roll with the idea of doing a math program. And she's been working on. She's structured it. We've, had conversations, but she's definitely leading it. She already has it all mapped out about what types of concepts she's going to do. We found storybooks that tie into all those concepts, so that can have a storybook component, and then board games and other math games. So just really focusing on.
Sorry. I dropped the ball.
Just really focusing on keeping those math skills sharp or reinforcing math skills, but in a way that doesn't feel like they're at tutoring. So that's awesome. And all the kids love her. So like also there's like the added bonus of like I get to hang out with May and she's and then our story walk, we were actually just working on it. So the display deteriorated to the point that they're not really gonna work, but we're still gonna have a story walk type event, but we're gonna post up the story walk and then take it right down. So that'll probably be through the Horace Hills trails. We're going to map out like kind of hopefully a little loop vibe. And that way we can use the trees as just tacking it all up. So it's a bummer that we won't have it up and available to everybody in the community. But it's a very large financial thing. And I really do need to coordinate with the town a little more and see if that's something that they would support having, because I would be happy to host a story walk regularly throughout the entire year. And I think it would be awesome. We just got to figure that out. And then, so those are all our changes, and we're on our to-do list is making our dinosaur skeleton. We have a few more pieces to cut out, and then we have to start assembling him. May has big ideas as usual. So there's going to be a lot of decorations. It's going to be great. And then I have all of these items you can take a peek at, or you can just pick one up on your way out. This is what our reading log looks like this year. So for every 15 minutes, all groups are going by time, just because it's a little more manageable for everybody, parents mostly, but also it lets them count reading that's non-traditional, which is good. And audiobooks always count. So every time they are ready to turn this in, they bring it in. I made a little reel on the Facebook, Miss Henderson Reading 101. You can watch it. But most of our parents are pretty well trained, so that every family gets this. And then this is what I call their fridge calendar, so they can have a quick reference. This is just a quick like, what's up? And we do 3 groups, which intentionally overlap. so that, a 10-year-old can decide where they kind of vibe best. And then you also give everybody this trifold, very chock full of information, has a nice little code up here. So all programs, we always welcome all ages. But if you want to have an idea of which group we had in mind and which group the program is geared toward, you can follow the key next to it to get a better idea of which grades or which age group is going to really maybe like click in. But I always encourage our Cretaceous crew, which is our 10 to 13-year-old. I was like, come and be a volunteer. You get a rest ticket for that too. So you don't have to actually want to, do a little kid activity. But if you want to do a little kid activity, but you just don't want to look on, oh, just come and volunteer.
Very cool.
It's for everybody. So
Great approach.
this is our big summer
So-
reading.
And I just want to point out that like, what,
That I'm opposed.
that Kendra does all of this stuff herself. Like, there's a company that like makes stuff for librarians and we can buy it.
But I'm a bit much.
But she created that sheet, the reading log sheet, all by herself.
Gems and stuff.
Very nice.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not like an easy thing. It's she puts a lot of work and thought into everything she does.
She just makes it look easy.
Yeah, she just makes it look like she can think about it.
I can do a lot of stuff on Canva while I'm having conversations with other people. My brain. So yeah.
Your brain definitely just does.
It crashed yesterday after the Bristol Carnival. It was like Red Ring of Death moment, just turned off.
Reboot.
Yeah, it really did. But yeah, so I went into BLM, and it was really exciting to sit with a bunch of librarians from across the state in so many different capacities. There was like academic librarians and like CERC desk librarians and cataloging librarians, and have like a conversation about the intersection of libraries and our roles and AI and the people who there's a broad spectrum of opinions on AI.
Sure.
And all the way from the we must abstain from AI completely to
Yeah,
right.
right.
The other side was like, well, maybe we just rely on AI for everything. And so kind of just really having a awesome discussion about that, but then also the facilitator, who was very surprised at how many people came to the session. It was funny. She's like, this is not what I was thinking. Maybe we get 5 or 10 people, and it was like 60 something people that came to that session. She went the extra step and created some documents that people could add resources to, and connected with other trainings, because a lot of the trainings are very like, AI is great, here's how you can use it, as opposed to AI is like, a tool, and like, here's how this is the best way to manage that tool. And so I was able to add to that. We have a good, because of what I did with 5th and 6th over the last school year, which was very focused on helping them understand like how AI isn't just like magic. I was able to contribute several books that are very recent that present AI in a very non-biased way, and educational way. And I was able to let them know that like I've even had adults look at those books, because it is such a big concept and it's hard to find things that are presenting it in a neutral, like, here's exactly what's happening behind the scenes when you query AI, and not just yay, AI is great, or no, AI is killing everything. Just a very like, here's the facts of what's going on with AI. This is my assistant, the assistant to the assistant. So that was really cool too. So that happened as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody's saying some reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do it.
Man, we gotta check if Corey sent stuff yesterday. All right. And last but not least, we have our director's report.
It's always so so disappointing to go after Kendra.
We could rearrange
She's a
things in the
tough act-
future if
she's
you
a tough
want.
act to
I
find.
know, I know. Yeah, I feel like a slacker all
You
the
know, it's
time.
funny, she was talking about AI and I learned something very surprising and interesting about AI. Just this was last week. I can't even remember what my question was. A simple question, something to do with either what was the largest lake in the state, fully in the state, or what was the largest or smallest town in the state or something. I asked ChatGPT and it came back with an answer.
Mhm.
And there was something that made me follow up on it because something just didn't sound right. And I said, can you clarify that or something? And it came back and said, oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not the biggest one in the state.
Right.
This is.
Yeah,
And it came back and just said, oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Here's a better answer.
yeah, it's
and
not
really-
always right.
You really
Yes.
do have to be careful, even on some pretty straightforward stuff.
Yeah.
But boy, it is powerful.
Mhm.
It is powerful.
Oh, my whole trip to Greece. I'm like, plan me a trip for my daughter and I. 5 days in Greece.
Yeah.
We want to go to Athens, or 7 days
Yep.
Athens, a couple of islands, and they came for two of you traveling. Maximize your time. These are the two islands. This is what I would recommend. I'm like, all right, I have a couple of boutique hotels in this price range. They came back. I'm like, all right, this is like the easiest trip.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah.
And I told that we were doing exactly
Yeah.
the same thing we did a Major League Baseball tour to Philly, Baltimore, and Boston, and then back to New York. And I wanted to, what else would we do while we were down there? And I made the mistake of saying, well, I'm 76. Sort of tone
Yeah,
everything. Do a little more. I may want to stop to rest here.
Well, for next time, put like 50 or something.
I tried yesterday. I was in Bennington for a doctor's appointment and I was like, oh, find me the cheapest gas in Bennington because I needed gas to get back up the mountain. And it was like, oh, this place and that place is 385. Not 385. It lied completely.
I don't know why.
It was the one, no, on North Street. So the one like,
Next to the McDonald's.
no, if you're going from the hospital to the McDonald's,
Yeah.
that Benmont Avenue
Yeah,
on the right
Yeah.
hand, there's like
Yeah.
3 little no-name places. That was like,
One of them.
yeah, I actually just opted to go to the one that was on the way, the Valero.
I can't
Yeah.
figure out why, but WB and 7-Eleven and Dover have been like 50 cents a gallon cheaper than
Yes.
everybody else around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bennington, Brattleboro, everything. And it's been consistent like
Yeah.
that for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stay loyal to that 7-Eleven gas station. It's been great for pricing. I get like text every once in a while, extra 5 cents off each gallon. Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Problem at 7-Eleven now, it takes you a month and a half to fill up your.
Oh, yeah, I guess there.
Oh, it's awful.
For sure. All right, let's do it.
right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, speaking of gas, I drove back and forth. Yeah, I didn't drive to DC. It probably would have been faster getting back. But I flew. I drove to Bradley Airport, which is fun. But Bradley is great. I do not recommend flying out of Reagan.
No.
It was not fun at all. And
Security or?
no, I sat there for 6 hours. They kept changing the gate.
Oh.
So they have it's set up like almost like a hand.
Mhm.
So when you go in, you go through security, and then they're like, okay, you have the A terminal, B terminal,
Yeah.
C. So they were like, you're an E50, E52, E57. Like I kept going back and forth in E, and I was just
Yeah.
sitting. It has a little middle seating area.
Yeah.
I sat in the middle and just was like, okay, well, when you decide,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it kept going like, okay, and then, the gate changed. Oh, and also you're leaving a half an hour later than you were supposed to. And then
Yeah.
I get another thing like, oh, your gate changed. Oh, and you're leaving another half an hour. So, I was there for 4 hours, and the last gate change put me in the
Mhm.
next over area of the terminal, and I didn't believe it was going to stick because
Yeah.
it had been changed so many times. And then in the last 15 minutes, I had to run to the other one because I didn't trust it. So
Right.
I almost ended up missing the flight that I had waited 6 hours for. So next time I've learned my lesson.
Yeah.
But the trip itself was fantastic. We there was some very beneficial things to it, and then there were some things that we took with a grain of salt and said like that's not really necessary to know. So, and always I think at these conventions the best thing is just talking to other librarians, especially other small and rural librarians in other states, because like to get some interaction with New England Library, so like with the New England Library Association, but then like I don't really talk to other librarians from New Jersey or Maryland or Delaware, or Virginia, and not even like New Hampshire. I met a bunch of people from New Hampshire. Vermont had a small delegation. I think there was maybe 7 of us there. But I ended up making some great connections. Like I've got a lot of people's like email addresses, so we can email back and forth. Going to help some woman get a job in New York. So there, yeah, we did a lot. We talked a lot about like what other libraries are doing for the 250th, and what are some of the hurdles of celebrating it. And I got to check out DC by myself, which I've never done before. Did a lot of walking in really humid temperatures.
The reflecting pool looked good.
The reflecting pool has algae on it already.
Still got
Nice shade
Yeah.
of green.
Yeah, it was not any nicer than it was beforehand, but at least that was open. There were a lot of public spaces that were closed. And there were a lot of like chain link fences with signs on them that said like making America safe. Like it didn't feel very welcoming. So at least we know what not to do here at the library to be welcoming.
No fake fence around the whole building.
Yeah, no.
The big cage fight on the front line.
I didn't, unfortunately, I couldn't stay that long. That was, if my flight had gotten delayed many more times, I would have been. So we're planning on Monday, starting our summer hours. So we'll be open till 8 on Monday and Tuesdays. I didn't think, we usually start the beginning of June. I didn't think it was fair that I would extend the hours and then leave. And make Ellis and Kendra cover those extra 4 hours while I was gone.
I get that.
So like, okay, we'll do it when I get back. So that's nice. Ellis has really like just taken over adult summer reading, which I love. And he also is Kendra's doing, so when kids are going into 7th grade, they can decide which summer reading program they want to do. They can do the kids version, they can do the adult version, whichever one they prefer. And then after that, the young adult is just last year we did a special young adult program and we had one person do it. So we decided this year we were just going to fold them in because it's not a competitive thing for adults. It's like, if you do it, you get a prize. Congratulations, you read. So we thought maybe young adults would be a fan of that as well. So it's an excellent, I brought over the little handouts that he made. They are, first of all, they're adorable. I love them.
Yes.
Really
cute.
Right?
Oh, I love this.
So you can use a book there's 12 different categories. You can use a book for 2 of them. So you really only have to read 6 books during the course of the summer to complete the entire thing. But if you read 1 book, you get a prize. You get like a chapstick thing. Lip balm. Yeah. So and he's got everything very neatly organized in the back. The prizes, they're out of the reach of the children.
Ooh, those raffle prizes are both great.
Yes, the raffle prizes are great. And we were happy, we had some extra money, so we were happy to support some local businesses doing that. So he curated the entire program, did all of the work for it. All I said was yes. And I like the colors.
Yes,
He was
Really
like, well, what can we do for this prize and that prize? It was all his doing. So
Really nicely done.
yeah. He's really,
Great.
See here?
I don't know if he's here. He usually gets here about noon on Thursdays. He has really stepped up and he's already acting as the assistant director before, you know,
That's
his time. And I keep introducing him as the assistant director.
Yeah.
People are like, ooh. So if you want to sign up, just let me know and I'll put your name on the list. We're just trying to keep a list of people who take them so that we have one or two people we're worried about maybe wanting double prizes.
Yeah.
So we want to keep it fair for everyone.
I'm gonna do it, but I don't need to be in the prize. I don't need to be in the running for the prizes, but I think it's a great
Yes.
exercise.
Yeah,
And
it has some fun things that you might not do otherwise.
Absolutely.
I don't know, go for the DFL, go for the DFL swag. Go later.
Well,
Library bookmark.
Oh, we bought, the next item on here is that since we had extra money, we're using it to add to our library of things, which has, I want to say, in the beginning of the spring, when people were preparing their gardens, we had nothing on that shelf.
Oh,
It
that's
was
great.
all taken out. The limb cutter actually got broken, but the woman who broke it bought the replacement set for the thing, so I have to sit down and actually do that. But that's the most frequently checked out item is that limb cutter. So we bought a Cricut, we bought a food saver machine, the vacuum sealer
Oh.
thing. And the Cricut we can also use
Cricket you'll use.
yes, we're gonna use it a lot. We're gonna make we're gonna make more swag with it, so we can do it.
What is the Cricut?
It's a cutting machine, so you can program it to cut things, and it'll cut vinyl, it'll cut paper. So we bought little journals, and we're just gonna cut our logo out of vinyl, and
You can program like to do a whole logo or you
Yeah.
can do all
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
lettering styles and shapes and you can
we're
do
really
cool
gonna
things with
elevate
it.
our swag.
Yes. Crafty people use it a
Yes.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
fun.
we have a lot of ideas
Yep.
for it.
This
So
thing on the far right, is that an apple picker or?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, fruit picker. So yeah, we're also going to buy like a canner and a dehydrator and a few other
Great
things.
idea.
So,
Yeah.
Great ideas.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. We were looking at Brattleboro's library of things,
Yeah.
and they have like 3 different kinds of dehydrators, and
Yeah.
all of them are more fancy than the one I own. So, like, sign us up.
Yeah.
We also replaced a number of books that were in rough shape, including more than 20 classic novels. So some of them were just falling apart, or and actually studies have shown that when books are more like eye-catching, or when they're nicer looking, more modern looking,
Mhm.
they're more likely to be checked out. So we bought some new modern versions of
You
them.
gotta judge the book by its cover.
Exactly, exactly. So Richard was so kind to come and tore out that old sink and countertop that we hated for so long. That was just a waste of usable space. So you can see my poor carpentry skills. I am shocked that our DVD circulation continues to increase. So we're gonna keep buying.
I was chatting with, it was at the library thing we did at the town hall. And I was chatting with a couple close to my age. And we were talking about that, I'm sorry, I don't even have a DVD player anymore.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely asking, why, what's with the DVD? He said, we come in, we'll get 10 or 20
Yeah.
a week,
Yeah.
and we'll try them for 5 minutes. We don't like it, we just bring them back. We don't pay for anything. We have to.
Well, streaming services, if you are getting expensive.
They are,
And if
yeah.
you're doing multiple streaming services,
Yep.
because what's on Netflix, what's not on Hulu,
Yep.
what's on,
Yep.
so.
yeah,
It's a nice alternative. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And it really
Yeah.
opened my eyes to that being a real service that people are using.
And believe it or not, that's actually a conversation that I had in Washington with some other librarians about DVD usage.
Mhm.
And it seems to be like a trend
Yeah.
that people are actually using DVDs again.
Right.
And I don't know whether it's financial
I'll bet
or,
because everybody's, streaming services are different now and everybody, you can't get everything in one place.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
And even when you pay for the streaming services, a lot of times you go to get something and they're like, oh, and that's another $3.99.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love
no.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
loving it and it's great and it's working well. The plant barrels,
Obviously, yeah, they're looking great.
the goat poop seems to be super helpful. I took some for my own garden, so my barrels, so I'll see how that works. And I found somebody selling some food grade barrels that they were trying to get rid of on Facebook. So I bought one for my house and one for here. And as soon as my husband drills the hole for the faucet that we bought for it, I'll bring the one for here over. He did ours.
Awesome.
He just stopped after that. So the complaint has been received. And then we have not heard anything from the town about the well.
Mm.
Which is frustrating.
Now, it hadn't been drilled or anything yet, or
No, the well has been drilled.
yes, okay.
It has
Needs to be connected.
it's been tested and everything. It just
Yep.
needs to be connected. It's down on Holland Road at some point.
Okay.
So, who knows? I reached out to
We
Travis.
still need to do the soil test, right?
They did the soil test and it came back great. So
Okay.
the soil is fine.
Okay.
So they don't have to do remediation, which is what they were worried
Yeah,
about.
that'd be a whole bunch of digging.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
But they didn't even if Travis hadn't told me if I hadn't emailed him to be like, when is this going to happen?
Mhm.
I wouldn't have known that the soil test came back because nobody from the town let me know. So that's the communication I'm working with.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I emailed Jeanette about 15 times last week about other things. So this week it'll be about the well. So we're back to line dancing again. We moved it to Monday nights because of booking issues at the hall on Tuesday nights. Game night is still not popular. People don't seem to want to come.
Okay.
So if we do it maybe we'll do it once a month instead. It's not
Right.
anything that is hard for us to do.
Right, right.
So if maybe if we do it sporadically, it'll be more of a draw.
Uh-huh.
Right,
Like, oh, it's game night, as
Right,
opposed to like,
right.
oh, it's game night again.
Right.
I'll go next week.
right, right.
We're adding in some crafting programs again to go back on the regular monthly schedule. And we're doing book to movie clubs still. We did Hamnet last week or this week. We're doing The People We Meet on Vacation, and then we'll be doing Project Hail Mary.
Project Mary.
That was such a good
Awesome.
movie.
Awesome. And the book is even better.
Yeah,
The book is even better.
I've
I might
enjoyed
charge for
Andy
that one.
Weir's stuff,
Yeah.
so I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to reading it.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll count for something on there.
Yeah. And that's it. That's my song. I'm still working on my July and August programs. So my calendar's not finished yet, like Kendra's.
Yep. And Project Hail Mary, the book can now be found on
Hoopla,
Palace.
Palace.
Palace. Thank you.
Yes, I bought it on Palace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
knew it was
That's great.
Did not buy it on Hoopla.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. That was a
Thank
great
you.
report. There's a
Thank
lot of
you.
good stuff coming.
Yes.
Anybody have any questions for her? No?
No.
Keep up the good work. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to you putting the rest of that budget to good use for improving the library.
Spent
Yeah.
is leaving quickly.
Yeah.
We got like
Pay
2
the
weeks.
bills quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of Ingram bills I'm gonna pay.
Yep.
Okay.
So. a lot of-
Move to adjourn.
Yep. I'll second. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Awesome.
All right. Meeting adjourned at 11:26.
Thank you.